bushes behind her. She sat up, turned and looked. Nothing. Shadows. Perhaps a bird or the wind, though the night air seemed still. She slid back down into the water, her head against the tub's edge, anchored her body. Her bottom bobbed off the underwater bench, lifted by the silky warmth of the jetted bubbles. The billion shimmering stars drifted in and out of focus as the rising plume of steam wafted above the churning pool. Slowly, the tight muscles of her back relaxed, tensions born in the rancor of a hostile workplace. It was becoming more difficult to get up and go to work each day. This evening she'd had another argument with David. This time he'd actually put his hands on her, in front of witnesses. He'd never done that before. It was a sign of his frustration. She was winning, and she knew it. She would call the lawyer and tell him in the morning. Physical touching was one of the legal litmus tests of harassment. While she was sure she was more than a match for David when it came to academic politics, the tension took its toll. The hot tub helped to ease it. Enveloped in the indolent warmth of the foaming waters, she thought about her next move. The pool was a large, elegant affair, free form in design. It was located at the center of the complex. Tonight it was empty. The jacuzzi was at the far end. On rowdy nights he had seen it fill with a party of a dozen, pressing flesh in skimpy bathing suits, giggling girls and single guys, all looking for a good time. He had been here every night for a week, and he had not seen her. Tonight he got lucky. The only light around the pool came from underwater, dancing blue reflections on the wall of the building nearby. This was the exercise room, though at this hour was closed, locked and dark. He had carefully checked the facility, knew the terrain and the schedules for security, the locked gates, and how to get through them if he had to. They made it easy. There was an unmanned security kiosk out front, and a rolling iron gate that was automated. Tenants opened it from their car windows with the swipe of a card key. The gate was slow to close. 2 or 3 cars routinely passed through on a single cycle, and nobody checked to see if they were all tenants. The complex was maybe 20 years old. 1- and 2-bedroom condos with a few studios. There was a sales office next to the exercise room. This closed at 6, on the dot. The only security was a hired company that came by and patrolled from a vehicle every 3 hours. He had timed them. The guard would do the rounds on the roads inside the complex, then sit in his car and smoke a cigarette in the parking lot out near the front gate. It took him between 12 and 14 minutes to do the rounds and finish his cigarette. He operated like a night watchman, only without using a clock at checkpoints. Then the little white sedan with the blue private patrol emblem on the door would head out toward Genesi for the next complex. The area was Condo City. Graduate students and undergrads from the university, along with faculty and support staff. Some of the condos were rented, others owned outright. The windows in most of the units at this hour were dark, though a few insomniacs quenched their need for companionship in the flickering, eerie glow from television screens reflecting through closed drapes and drawn blinds. The parking lot was quiet, and for the most part dark, with only a couple of vapor lamps and some low-voltage garden lights to worry about. He checked his watch. He had more than an hour before security would do its rounds again. Alone with her thoughts, Kalista knew she was on the cusp of success. Within months, if all went well, she would be the director, with a $20 million annual budget and control of all research. It was why she had sacrificed and worked so hard all those years. Her first move was to undercut his authority on part of the funding. This she had done. She then developed out